This viewer asked a very good question about protein consumption, and because this is something many of you have questions about, I thought it would be a good idea to address this in some detail for you and to hopefully give you some of the real answers about how we as older guys should consume our protein. And more specifically, I want to talk about how much protein should we be consuming? Let's be real here. There's a lot of conflicting advice out there, and I want to make sure I break it down for you and we try to get this thing right so we can all be doing the right things in our fitness journey. As we age, one of the biggest challenges we face is muscle loss. And that's where protein combined with strength training plays such a major role for us. If we don't get enough protein, it becomes harder to maintain our muscle and nearly impossible to grow new muscle. That's why figuring out your protein needs is essential. Now, let's get into the numbers a little bit if we can here. The general recommendation for protein intake for people over 50 who are looking to maintain or grow muscle ranges from zero point 0.7 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. This is typically what you're told and what you would read when you're going out and you're trying to search out how much protein do I need. But let's be a little bit more specific and break this down a little bit. So I want to just narrow it down and talk to you and help you to better understand what you need and make sure that the facts are correct for you. The amount of protein you consume should be around zero point 0.7 to 1 grams per pound of lean body mass. Now, notice I said lean body mass, not your total body weight. Okay, so you're saying that's all great, but you're probably asking the question, what is lean body mass? Lean body mass is your total weight minus your fat mass. So, for example, if you weigh 180 pounds but have 20% body fat, that means you have about 144 pounds of lean body mass. Now, the way you can easily calculate this is to take your total body weight and multiply that number by your body fat percentage. Then subtract that number from your total body weight. So you'll need to know what your average, or at least get an average of what your body fat percentages are. Now, what I would recommend is go on Amazon. In fact, I'll put a link in the description of this video to where you can go and get a skin caliper. I mean, they're not 100%, but they'll get you in a really close place if you just do like several measurements, and that'll help you to kind of understand where you are with your body fat. And then you'll have the number you need so that you can get this right. Because listen, this protein thing is important. And so you want to make sure you're getting enough protein and not putting on all the extra fat in the process. So if you can get that number, and then you can do this equation that I'm telling you, and this is very, very simple. This is not complicated at all. But you just need to know your fat percentage. But let's say, for instance, you weigh 180 pounds and you have 20% body fat. So what you would simply do is you would just take your body weight of 180 pounds and you're just going to multiply that by your body fat percentage in decimals. So 180 times 0.20, and that's going to be 36 pounds of fat mass that you have in pounds. Okay, that's what you need to know. So you have 36 pounds of fat mass if you're 20% body fat and you weigh 180 pounds. All you have to do to get your lean body mass is take that 36 and subtract it from your weight. So that's 144 pounds of lean body mass that you're carrying around. And so from there, you just multiply your lean body mass by that number, zero point 0.7 to 1 grams of protein. So in this case, that would mean you need anywhere from 101 to 144 grams of protein per day, depending on your activity level and your muscle building goal. It's also a great idea when calculating how much protein to consume to consider what your goal weight will be and use that number if possible. So if you're planning on trimming down, or if you're planning on gaining a little bit because you want to try to add muscle, you might want to try to consider that. But the formula I'm giving you is a really good place to start. So now that you know how much protein you need, let's talk about when and how to get that protein. So your body can only use so much protein at one time. So it's best to spread that out across your meals. And I believe the best place to get protein is from your meals. And so ideally what you would want to do is you want to aim for say 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal. Now, this could look like a breakfast of, and I'm just telling you what I do, eggs mixed with egg whites and then having some turkey bacon. You could also have Greek yogurt. Then you could do a lunch with some grilled chicken or baked chicken, maybe a grilled or baked chicken salad. You could do something similar to this for dinner. You could have some chicken and rice. If you don't want to eat so much chicken, of course, you can always have some fish and have some veggies and things like that. But don't forget, if you need a quick protein boost, a protein shake is a great option, especially after your workouts. However, I always like to remind you protein shakes are supplements. They're not replacements, they're supplements. And so you want to use them in such, and that's what I do. So let's address a couple of common myths real quick about protein. First, you need to eat a massive amount of protein to build muscle. That's not true at all. Your body has a limit on how much it can process protein. So if you just go and throw all your protein in at one time, you're just wasting time and you're wasting money and you're just putting yourself through all of that for nothing. So you don't want to go overboard because it's not going to lead to better results. The key is consistency over time. You don't need 200 grams of protein a day unless you're a competitive bodybuilder. Most of us over 50, the 1 grams per pound of lean body mass is plenty to get us the results we're looking for. Now, second thing I want to address is this: protein timing does not matter. Now, I know there's some studies out now that suggest that. While total protein intake over the day is important, I'm personally a big believer that protein immediately following workouts is also very important. I know they say that doesn't matter anymore, but I aim to get 25 to 30 grams of protein within an hour after exercising to maximize muscle recovery and growth. And I know, again, I know the new study suggests this doesn't matter, but to me, it's like the completion of a workout. And I feel like my workout was incomplete if I don't get that protein shake immediately following my workout. So it's just a part of what I do, and I will always do that. And I feel like it helps to complete the workout. So if you're over 50 and you want to maintain or grow muscle, you be sure to aim for that zero point 0.7 to 1 grams of protein per pound of lean body mass. And be sure that you're spreading it out evenly across your meals and make sure you're getting some protein in after your workouts. Of course, make sure you're getting in those great workouts because protein isn't some magic solution to muscle growth. You still have to put in the work. So don't forget that as well. Okay, that's all for this one. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Now go get fit.